Let's be real. Medical school is a grind. It's not like the TV shows where everyone is good-looking and saving lives between coffee breaks. It's mostly just you, a mountain of textbooks, and the constant nagging fear that you don't know enough. My name is Arav, and 2 years ago, I was that guy. 19 years old, drowning in anatomy and biochemistry. My days were a blur of lecture halls and a library that smelled like old paper and broken dreams. Every day felt the same. Wake up, study, panic, sleep, repeat. The future felt less like a bright promise and more like a very, very long tunnel with no end in sight. My parents were so proud, of course. Our son, the future doctor. They'd tell anyone who would listen. They saw the white coat and the stethoscope. I saw the debt and the decades of my life disappearing into flashcards. The pressure was immense. It felt like I was carrying the hopes of my entire family on my shoulders. But inside, I was suffocating. I'd look at my friends in other fields, living their lives, going out, having fun. Meanwhile, my best friend was a diagram of the human circulatory system. It was lonely, it was exhausting, and I just wanted a way out. Then one night, scrolling through my phone instead of studying the Krebs cycle, I found it. A video. It was this guy, probably my age, standing in front of a rented Lamborghini. He was talking about dropping out of college to become a full-time content creator. He was selling a dream of fast money, freedom, and millions of followers hanging on your every word. He made it look so easy. No exams, no professors, just a phone and a good idea. The video had 10 million views. 10 million. I looked at my textbook, then back at the screen. The choice seemed obvious. That video was a spark in the overwhelming grayness of my life. It planted a seed. What if I could do that? I was funny, right? I could talk to a camera. The idea started as a whisper and quickly grew into a roar that drowned out everything else. Forget memorizing bones. I could be famous. I could be rich. I could be free from this path that felt more like a prison every single day. The allure of online stardom wasn't just about the money. It was about escaping the crushing weight of expectations. It was a chance to build something that was mine, on my own terms. So, I did it. I bought a ring light, cleared a corner of my room, and started making videos. My first few were not great, but then I made one. A skit about the struggles of a medical student. It was relatable, I guess. I posted it before falling asleep, not thinking much of it. I woke up the next morning to my phone buzzing like crazy. 1,000 followers, 10,000. By the end of the day, I had 50,000 followers, and my video had 1 million views. The dopamine hit was insane. Better than any grade I ever got. Strangers were leaving comments, calling me hilarious, telling me they felt the same way. I was seen, I was hooked, instantly. I told my parents I was taking a break from my studies to focus on my digital media venture. They did not get it. What is this content? My dad asked, confused. But I didn't care. I was on a high. I made another video and another. Each one did better than the last. The followers kept climbing. 100,000, 200,000. Companies started emailing me, offering brand deals. It was small money at first, but it felt like a fortune. I was a creator, an influencer. I had finally found my thing, and it felt incredible. My medical textbooks gathered dust under my bed. My old life faded into the background. Friends from med school would text, "Hey, we missed you in class." I'd text back, "Sorry, busy working," with a smug little smile. I was busy. I was building an empire from my bedroom. The early days were a party. I was full of energy, brainstorming ideas, filming, editing, and engaging with my new community. I felt like I was on top of the world. I had cracked the code. While my peers were stressing over exams, I was cashing checks for posting 30-second videos. It felt like I had discovered a life hack that no one else knew about. This new world was intoxicating. Every notification was a little jolt of validation. Every new follower was proof that I had made the right choice. I loved the feeling of refreshing my page and seeing the numbers go up, up, up. I was no longer just Arav, the struggling student. I was Arav, the online personality with 250,000 followers. I was somebody. My focus shifted completely from my future career to my next viral video. I was chasing clout, and for a while I was actually catching it. The stability of a medical degree seemed boring compared to the thrilling unpredictability of online fame. But here's the thing about the internet, it moves fast. And if you stop feeding the algorithm, it forgets you. After about 6 months of riding the high, things started to change. My view count started to dip. A video I spent a whole day on would get a fraction of the engagement my older ones did. The pressure was on. I had to post more. I had to be funnier, more creative, more everything. The fun brainstorming sessions turned into frantic, desperate searches for the next big trend. The joy was gone, replaced by a constant, gnawing anxiety. Was I already washed up? The family pressure came back, but this time it was different. My parents' confusion had turned into genuine worry. Arav, this video thing was fun, my mum would say gently. But what about your future? Your education is a sure thing. They saw the dark circles under my eyes. They saw me getting up at 3 a.m. to edit a video because I heard that was the golden hour to post. The brand deals started to slow down with the views, and the money wasn't as consistent as I had boasted it would be. The dream was starting to show some serious cracks. My life became a hamster wheel. I was living online, and my real life was falling apart. I was exhausted all the time. The physical toll was brutal. My back ached from hunching over my phone. My eyes were strained from staring at a screen 16 hours a day, and I was living off energy drinks and instant noodles. I lost weight. I stopped seeing my real-life friends. My entire existence revolved around creating content for an audience that was slowly losing interest. I was working harder than I ever did in medical school, but for what? A few thousand likes? The emotional cost was even worse. My self-worth became tied to my analytics. A good day was a video going viral. A bad day was a video flopping. Most days were bad days. I'd scroll through comments, and for every 10 nice ones, one negative comment would ruin my entire day. "You're not funny anymore," someone wrote. That one stung. It felt like a personal failure. The fun escape had become a prison of my own making, but this one didn't come with a stable career at the end. It was just an endless, lonely grind for a fleeting moment of attention. It all came to a head one night. It was 4 a.m., and I was trying to edit a video that I knew, deep down, wasn't good. I was running on fumes. I looked around my messy room, at the empty energy drink cans, and the ring light that now felt more like an interrogation lamp. I had been doing this for almost 2 years. 2 years. My friends from my old life were now in their 3rd year of medical school. They were doing rotations, learning in hospitals, building a real future. And what did I have to show for my efforts? A declining follower count and a whole lot of burnout. That was my wake-up call. The Lamborghini dream was a mirage. For every one person who makes it big, there are millions like me, grinding themselves into dust for nothing. I had traded a secure, respectable path for a lottery ticket, and I had lost. The realization hit me hard. Ambition is great, but my ambition had been misplaced. I was chasing a shortcut to success, and I learned the hard way that most shortcuts lead you right off a cliff. The fame was temporary, the validation was fake, but the time I had lost was real. The next morning, I did something I hadn't done in 2 years. I went downstairs, pulled out my dusty medical textbooks, and opened one. It was hard. I felt so far behind. But for the first time in a long time, I felt a sense of purpose that wasn't tied to a view count. I had a difficult conversation with my parents. There were no "I told you" SOs, just relief. They helped me figure out a plan to get back into my studies. It wouldn't be easy, but it was a path. A real, tangible path forward. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't follow your dreams, but you need to be smart about it. Today is February 5th, 2026. I'm back in school, catching up. It's still a grind, but it's a grind with a destination. My message to anyone reading this, especially if you're young, is simple. Build your foundation first. Get your degree, learn a trade, create a stable base for yourself. The internet isn't going anywhere. You can always chase clout as a side hustle, but don't ever sacrifice your future for the chance of becoming famous for 15 seconds. Stability isn't boring, it's freedom.